Hello everyone, it's me Clayson. I just finished watching the final episode of Young Justice Phantoms, known as Death and Rebirth. Now, after everything that's happened in the Young Justice Phantoms season, after 26 episodes of this, it does feel like they do come to a satisfactorily satisfying finale, both with a cool final battle and a wedding between Connor Kent and M'gann that we've been waiting for the entire season. Heck, it started out with the wedding and it ends with the wedding actually finally happening on Earth. But it does sort of remind me of how much of a mess the season was. Granted, focusing on the original cast members from the first few seasons was a smart move, and it is nice to see how they're doing right now, as well as seeing what they're building up for future seasons, but it does feel like that they tried to cram too much into 26 episodes, to the point where some arcs feel like they don't know exactly what they want to be. But granted, other arcs do feel like they're really good, such as the initial arc that sets the whole season up, Tigress's arc dealing with Lady Shiva, and even this final arc with the Zods. But at the same time, others, like Zatanna's arc, they do feel like they're overstuffed, and it feels like they're only there to set up one of the twists for the after credit scene at the end. Yes, there is an after credit scene at the end of this episode, and it sets up both Mary Marvel and, surprisingly, Supergirl as future antagonists, fighting on the side of Darkseid. Granted, this isn't the first time I've seen Supergirl on Darkseid's side, but beforehand that was really only for one of the animated films. So I'm wondering how they can do with fleshing out this idea a bit more in a future season. But while the animation was certainly better in the second half than it was in the first, the storytelling is just kind of on the same level. In that, so the characters we focus on are interesting, it just feels like the season didn't really have much of a unifying theme, even if they try to tell us that it did. On top of that, certain reveals, like how Rocket survived the Phantom Zone, do come across as them chickening out of a potential tragic death. Heck, the one death we get in this entire arc is one that was, rather unexpected, but it does make me realize how brutal Metron is. Like, I'm glad Rocket wasn't fully into Metron's little experiment, if you get what I mean. But as a whole, Young Justice Phantoms is serviceable. It's better than Season 3, but nowhere near on the levels of the first two seasons. But it's at least entertaining, and it at least gets back to the essence of what Young Justice is like. And even though Greg Weisman said that the ratings were surprisingly good for the fourth season, more so than some primetime TV shows that are on HBO Max, I'll have to see the numbers myself before I can fully agree or disagree. But as a whole, while there were a lot of things going on in this finale, and while there were a lot of things that could have been improved on, I think the finale is a generally satisfying end to a very mixed season. That's why I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I have no idea when Season 5's coming, but I guess I'll keep watching if it eventually comes out. See you next time.